Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Shekhar Iyer. Joining me today is Shekhar Iyer as we look at 360 degrees in and around the world. Let's welcome Shekhar Iyer. Shekhar ji, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you, sir?
Namaskar, Shreyaji, Namaskar. So we are back, and this time we are starting with the drama. I mean, the horrible drama, I would say, where a chief minister of a state, rushes to a corporate office after hearing that enforcement directorate officials have arrived there for a raid. And then she goes and picks up some things from there, some electronic devices, the laptop, and then rushes out saying, this is actually this organization I-PAC, which we know has been advising different political parties on election management, the choice of candidates, issues to take up. And that I-PAC is actually our party's ITV. Till then, nobody heard of that the Pratik Jain, who is the co-founder of I-PAC along with Prashant Kishore. Now, after that, from there, she rushes to the residence of Pratik Jain. And there's such a hue and cry. And the next day, this was on January the 8th, Thursday, last Thursday. And Friday, January the 9th, she was out on the streets showing that she is back as a street fighter and that she's taking on the might of the central government and its agencies. And again in the court. Now, immediately, Enforcement Directorate moves the court. And she and her people also come to the court, her lawyers come to the court. And between lawyers representing the Enforcement Directorate and the lawyers representing the West Bengal government, and between them, there is so much of a shouting match. A single judge hearing the case just adjourns the case and goes. And ED wanted urgent hearing on the matter because was getting too much, and now the matter has been posted to 14. In the meantime, Mamata expected that the Enforcement Director would come to Supreme Court on this bizarre thing that she has done. Sir, but instead of, this whole action, instead of being condemned, see, sir, it is another thing to, you can say that just before election, opposition leaders are being raided, targeted, and all. But then, what is the ground for their coming? Is it just because, or as an opposition party, they should enjoy immunity throughout the, if they are in power in Bengal, then the central government is run by somebody else, then no cases of financial irregularity, scam, Hawara deal should be investigated. I don't know. But I am seeing editorials, Shreyaji, which is saying that BJP has weaponized Enforcement Directorate and Mamata is almost right doing what she's doing. But then we need to look at this issue tonight, Shreyaji. What exactly is this case? And why is Mamata scared of what will come out from there? This, we are told the case has been going on from 2020 and it's even earlier. And this is basically about how coal has been illegally mined from the central government owned eastern coalfield areas that are on lease. Basically, the mining goes on by private contractors, and that coal is sold within West Bengal with the help of police and these contractors and hoodlums. And money is collected. And the collected money is routed through Hawala to those who are close to Trinamool top wigs. And the amount so far they have found out is 2,700, almost 50 crores. That's basically, it's a stolen coal. Because we have to get this thing clear. This investigation has been going on for a long time, number one. And number two, this is an illegal coal mining and they're stealing whose coal? Coal that belongs to Government of India, coal that belongs to you and me as citizens of this country. That coal has been stolen and this investigation has seen several people being arrested. And kingpin of this is said to be a syndicate run by one gentleman called Anup Maji. And this Maji has been routing this coal, the syndicate, has been in connivance with, the people who are extracting that coal from this, that which belongs to Eastern Coalfield Limited, which is a subsidiary of the Bharat Coking Coal Limited, which is a public sector company. And this coal is then sent to factories which need coal. And they are in Banskura, they are in Bardhaman, they are in Purulia districts. And the cash received from that is the ED's case in the court. The cash that is received from selling of this coal is funneled to an entity called Bamuria number 1, all pseudonyms, Bamuria number 1. And this account is managed by this Anup Maji's accountant, one Mr. Neeraj Singh, who maintains a digital ledger of coal that is being sold, money that is coming in. And then mostly this coal has been sold to one group of companies, the stolen coal. That is one Shagampari group of companies. And Calcutta, yesterday in Kolkata High Court, or in Calcutta High Court, Enforcement Direct made out a case that from the money this has come through Hawala, 20 crore was given to I-PAC. And I-PAC is incidentally handling the Mamata account, giving them advice on how to manage elections. And this case relates to a period 21, 22, 23, that is Goa elections. It was meant for the Goa elections and the money was routed through this. Now, the whole thing is, sir, they have found out that several Hawala operations have happened. And one interesting case that happened was particularly in Bankura area, where the inspector in charge of Bankura, one Mr. Ashok Kumar Mishra, inspector, police inspector, he facilitated this transport of the stolen coal and then also the money collection. And he told ED, after he was questioned by ED, that these transactions were made at the behest of one Vinay Mishra. And this Vinay Mishra is again an alleged associate of Abhishek Banerjee, the nephew of Mamata Banerjee. So why is, and I-PAC, sir, I know, I've heard from many political parties that I-PAC has been providing this kind of political consultation to DMK, to Jagan Mohan Reddy's Rajashekar Reddy's Congress, and they have been providing to even to Congress party in Telangana and to DK Shiv Kumar. They have been hired by these parties and even Shiv Sena. And what is it? And himself, of course, Prashant Kishore now says he is dissociated from that company. He is over. But it is run by people who are all known to him. And second thing, sir, I-PAC, my understanding is I-PAC has been hired by these political parties because I-PAC also manages the funds. Actually, political parties and leaders don't need guidance how to conduct elections, how to fight elections. They need funds. And I-PAC is seen as one that can organize funds from the corporate industry and ensure that the political parties get it. All this UN cries about electoral bonds and one party is getting more because it's power. Whichever party in power has always got more, even in states. If you take West Bengal, they would have, of course, now the electoral bonds stand abolished by the Supreme Court. But it has always been the case the ruling party gets more funds. So this role of I-PAC has come under scanner of the Enforcement Directorate. Now, this incident, many people are saying, look, this is exactly a thing that Mamata loves. Though the disclosures in this is very, very uncomfortable. But people of Bengal have not reacted the manner way they should have reacted to corruption. Because these matters came up in 2016. She won the election first time in 2011. This came up in 16. They again came up in 21. But we did not see people of Bengal, after hearing so many ministers being even raided and tons of money, tons of money, in the sense 55 crores. The huge amounts of cash were found, but public response has been one which has not been taking it seriously. And in the last election, she made it out as if a Bengal the daughter of Bengal is being targeted. Again, this time she took out huge rallies in Kolkata yesterday, basically to show that she is being made a victim and she will fight back, and she's the one who fight back. But she is brazen about what she has done. She's absolutely brazen. Now, ED has filed cases saying that this is obstruction in the investigation. That's why they have approached Supreme Court now, that it is investigation into I-PAC coal scam was obstructed by West Bengal government and Chief Minister, and Chief Secretary was present, DGP was present. And now that ED has sought directions from the Supreme Court for a CBI probe to conduct of this. Now, the counter question is this: why is the ED waiting till around the elections? Is it trying to send a political message that Mamata Banerjee is corrupt? That's why we are taking action, so that in public memory this will play out more before the assembly elections. No, but in this particular case, it has been an ongoing case. Several people have been arrested. Some have come out on bail. And how brazen can you get, sir? And incidentally, all other opposition leaders have come to our support, excepting CPM. Sir, the Communist Party of India in West Bengal, they have said she should be immediately removed. The tallest CPM leader in Bengal today, Mohammad Salim, he has come out with a response saying that why is she trying to make out that I-PAC is part of her party? And this Pratik Jain was heading a IT cell of the party. This was not so well known. When did he join TMC? To say that the ED raid is on a political party. Because Enforcement Directorate is repeatedly saying this has nothing to do with the Trinamool Congress. We are raiding only I-PAC. But why is I-PAC, when I-PAC is raided, Mamata is rushing there? Why is she willing to risk bad name by going there to protect a corporate entity and the entity's owner and the owner's residence, when it has nothing to do with Trinamool Congress? Sir, these are very interesting questions to ask. Yes, this question is there because I found, I saw the editorials in big papers, and they all say, no, this is all because ED is being misused. And not a word on what is it that ED is seeking to do. And they have been brazen all the time. They have used ghouls, they have used local police. And sir, this is the third time Mamata has gone to prevent, central agencies taking action. Last time, you will remember, sir, that was in 2019, where in the Sharada chit fund scam, the court ordered that CBI should inquire that case. 2019. When court ordered the case, then, in fact, when the Sharada scam involved chit funds, which common poor people were contributing monthly in the hope of drawing money out. And overnight, these fly-by-night operators vanished. But Sharada had spent a lot of money. It had oiled the political machinery of West Bengal. And when Sharada case came, Mamata, because of public outrage and poor people, organizing demonstration for return of their money, had set up an SIT. That SIT was headed by one Rajiv Kumar, IPS officer, very close to her, who has since been moving up the hierarchy. He was also Kolkata Police Commissioner. When court ordered that whatever you have investigated so far in Sharada scam, that should be handed over to CBI. This was High Court direction. But Mamata refused. She told police, do not hand over. So that is the time when CBI decided to visit the residence of the Kolkata Police Commissioner, Rajiv Kumar. And they wanted to seize all those hard disks. Let us know what you have investigated. Because when the police investigation, Bengal police investigation showed that some of the funds generated by Sharada company has been funneled to persons and entities who are considered close to the ruling party. So she didn't want this to come out. And she again did the same thing. She reached there to the residence of Kolkata police, CM going to the residence of police commissioner to prevent it. There was one another case when Narada scam happened. And Narada chit fund same. When Subrata Mukherjee and war were police went to them, she also went there. But it is for people of Bengal to ask themselves, sir, do they deserve a chief minister like this? I mean, and that is one state that has seen political violence, that has seen Farji voting, that has seen votes being cast in the name of the dead. And this time there has been deletion, a deletion that has really upset her, because I am told out of the 294 constituencies, at least in 72 constituencies, assembly constituencies, the deletion is more than the victory margins. This has happened in the case of BJP also. BJP 77 places they won last time, and after 42 places the same thing has happened. The victory margin by which they won, the number of deletion is more than that. Now, why is the assumption that the names that have been deleted, they belong to the people who have voted for them? But one thing is clear, sir, Mamata somehow feels that she is losing that connect with the people, though this particular episode she is trying to make out that she is the victim and ED is out to look for something. But everybody knows in Bengal what was I-PAC up to, what the Trinamool network of fund management is. Everybody knows this. There is nobody is surprised. But unfortunately, sir, this is being just seen as, center using central agencies against opposition leaders like Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and Mamata trying to protect herself and her party without going into the fact Mamata always does this when she is in a panic and when she fears that the noose is tightening around her. Over to you, sir. We can't hear you, sir.
Sorry about that, sir. I had muted myself. Sir, this saga we are seeing across all non-BJP states, Shekharji. Tamil Nadu up to their neck in corruption. Kerala up to their neck in corruption. Karnataka, they said that BJP was corrupt and they used the slogan "Pay CM." Again, another ex-I-PAC person. Now, these people are taking more cut than the other thing, than the BJP. And you take any state that is not run by Punjab. My God, they're saying that a Sheesh Mahal grander than what was built in Delhi has now been built in Chandigarh. I don't know. People who are living in Chandigarh can tell me if Mr. AK-49 has built an even bigger Sheesh Mahal in Chandigarh. Sir, everybody, anyone who owes anybody has got a huge plot of land in Chandigarh and they are building their own houses, sir. What the number two, what is the Sancho Panza of AK-49? Manish Sisodia, that guy. So you see everywhere, people are only interested in looting public exchequer. It beggars belief for me that despite having so many scams, having unearthed so many scams, not even the dog of any of these politicians being sent to jail. I'm using it very, measuredly. Take a look at Tamil Nadu. Take a look at Kerala. Take a look at Karnataka. DK Shivkumar has, is implicated in National Herald, sir. This is the central thing. And now he is also given way too much ads to National Herald. Sir, I am every day, it's for me, every program I put out is like an examination. And here there are people, National Herald doesn't even have a proper paper, and these guys are getting crores. I just, this is not dharma, sir. This is adharma to the power of adharma. Yeah, I just don't understand why, people don't seem to be able to realize, you are being robbed in daylight. Soon, even see what happened in Madhya Pradesh. Sewage line links up with water line. Yeah, you can say it is BJP. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about governance. How can you allow this? And if you take a look at any other city, the development authority, Bangalore Development Authority, you first word you can change, sir. DDA, BDA, everywhere they have the same thing, and very corrupt. Sir, I don't know what to say. That the BJP government in Delhi somehow still is afraid that if they dismiss Mamata government, that the sympathy vote will work in her favor and she'll come back. But first, you do your work. Why don't you create a proper case? Sir, one fundamental question I have for you, and many people are asking this question. ED raid is in progress in I-PAC office. How did they let Mamata come in, sir? They should have not even let her in. It's a raid. You seal the whole place. Why did they let her in? Then why did they let her take something out? Sir, this sounds, something is wrong, sir. I just can't buy this. I mean,
No, sir.
there are so many, sir, word, sir.
Sir, you are right. She just barged in, and the AD team was accompanied by a force of CRPF personnel. Now, Kolkata police is examining the footage to register cases against ED officials and police personnel, central police personnel, saying that they came and stole the documents from there. I mean, blatant misuse of and people talk of rule of law. People talk of, now, is Chief Minister above the rule of law? And how did she do this? Sir, I will grant it to Siddaramaiah or D.K. Shiv Kumar or Pinarayi Vijayan or Stalin. They would not do this. They can claim they are being victimized. They will say that center is weaponizing the agencies. That's all fine. But to physically go there and snatch documents, to snatch laptop, that's why they have filed a case now. Now the matter will come up in Supreme Court this week, coming week. And Supreme Court is bound to take a notice of this. This is a very bizarre, and that's why West Bengal has filed a caveat that hear us before you hear ED on this matter. But how is she, and the raid happened not in Trinamool office to claim political vendetta. It happened in the office of a body that says it operates more like a corporate. But then, sir, it is even the national level CPM is not saying anything. Only the West Bengal CPM leader is saying. Which goes to show, sir, that yes, you can definitely make an allegation or even a case that these agencies get active only before election. Therefore, their actions are not bona fide. But then what is a case? Question is where the coal to the worth of more than 2,000 crores were stolen from eastern coalfields or not. And in the stealing of this coal, such huge quantities, were not state government officials, local police officials, and local mining mafias, with the blessings of those in power, that is Trinamool Congress leaders and ministers in their respective districts, did they not facilitate illegal mining, excavation, and sale, and proceeds of that sale, as the Election Enforcement Directorate says, were routed through Hawala back to those powerful people? And that is a charge against I-PAC. So this is, I mean, nobody expected that this would happen. So did the central agencies did not expect this? Sir, you remember in the Senthil Balaji case, when the raids were happening.
I was going to come to that.
Senthil Balaji's case, the income tax officials were attacked. In turn, cases were filed and they have been arrested. Now, this is actually the breakdown of machinery. That I will always say that if you are investigating a corruption, and sir, in this matter, the cases are registered under Prevention of Corruption Act. But what baffles me, sir, I cannot understand how people of Bengal are finding themselves that this is the best that the politics of the day offers to them. Why are they repeatedly electing her? Didi, 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 they keep saying. And women folks also, with whatever they get little by way of freebies or whatever you call them, or welfare package. But why do they keep voting her? And this is this election is a moment of reckoning for Bengal. And they know that nothing has happened. Not a naya paisa of investment has come. She has made several foreign trips. Nothing has happened. The ultimate status quo is state is West Bengal. When the potential is huge. When the potential is huge. Sir, even SIR, she made such a hue and cry. I told you why she made a hue and cry. And that has rattled her. Because in 72 assembly constituencies, the margin is less than the votes deleted. Sir, same thing has happened in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh also the deletions are high, and Yogi has directed the party workers and leaders to use the mechanism provided by Election Commission, use Form 6, those names that have been deleted, let the party volunteers and booth level agents work to include them if any genuine cases have been deleted. They are not saying creating hangama before booth level officers. Sir, this is very unfortunate that a chief minister can behave like this. And our left liberal progressive people they are not outraged. They are more outraged by ED's action rather than by what is sought to be investigated. So my simple question is, if a scam is happening, thousands of crores are being funneled out, are being stolen, just because a party which is different from the party at the power in the center, that case should not be investigated. And many times, sir, in West Bengal, whenever central agencies have acted, they had to move the court for everything. They had to go to Kolkata High Court to get a direction. Whether it is teachers recruitment scam, it was direction from the Kolkata High Court. Sir, I think people of Bengal must realize that they should tell themselves that enough is enough. And I can see that Mamata does, she is panic stricken, no doubt about it. She's terribly frustrated. And her nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, who is now in command, and they are bringing more people on the street to show that people are with them. Sir, Bengal, any day, any party can get more people out on the street. This has been a tradition there.
Where sir, disruption, sir. People don't have any job.
Disruption is a way of life. Disruption is a way of life. So, but sir, time to wake up. I think if our friends who are watching from Kolkata and West Bengal, they will probably realize what we are saying today. Because this cannot be just dismissed as simply, central agencies being misused against Mamata. It's not such a simple case. Because if you are going to accept and tolerate what has happened in Bengal or what is happening in Bengal, then I think you cannot talk anymore of rule of law being your guideline or a yardstick. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. A request to all of you viewers to please like this video. We always make this request right at the beginning. This time, somehow I got caught up in the news and I did not ask you. Please do like. And you can see how many likes are there for the video. Normally, the like should be more than that of the viewers. So if there are like, say, 500 people watching, right now the number is 549. Then the number of likes by now should have at least crossed 600. And what I'm seeing is only 185. And that means only 1 in 3 are liking the video. It's not very difficult. It helps us get this thing out to the next level and get the word come out. See, you are not talking about one election. This is a battle for the civilization of Sanatana Dharma. Understand this, viewers. I hope you saw my demographic change scenario that I put for 10 minutes where I analyze after 2060, India's population will reach 1.6 billion, 1.65 billion even, then it will start declining. By 2100, India will be at 1.5 billion. And at the rate at which the various communities are growing, I'm talking particularly about one community, and if one time, any of these left loonies, any of these indie loonies, they become prime minister, you know what they are going to do? Exactly what Biden did, because they're all under the payroll of the same Soros deep state. They'll open the gates to Bangladesh and Pakistan. Anyone who wants to come in, come in. Viewers, please understand this. 2011 semi-final between India and Pakistan in Mohali. 5,000 visas were issued to Pakistan. The bloody Manmohan Singh government didn't even check how many people left back to Pakistan. All of them have come and stayed in India. This is what you are looking at. This is a battle for the civilization of Sanatana Dharma. Understand it, viewers. Bangladeshis are completely ready to take over. They don't have any means of supporting themselves there. And West Bengal is half Bangladesh, if you ask me, with communist government and now with TMC government. What has changed? The same set of gundas who used to work in Congress moved to communist, communist won. Then they moved to TMC, TMC has won. You have to have a change. There is better life than what you are seeing, viewers, especially from people in West Bengal. And many of you are all so sure that their analysis of the situation on the ground is correct and we are wrong. Please, more power to you. More poverty to you also. That's all I can say. Next question is, why is BJP boosting Vijay? Over to you, sir. Tamil Nadu.
Yeah. Sir, this is about two movies. This is about, which movie gets to release first. And one movie has already got released, Parashakti. Parashakti is a rerun of earlier film that was the film in which Shivaji Ganeshan made his debut, and it created a lot of waves at that time. And this was sometime way back in 1952. Now, with cut to 2026, the DMK has sponsored another film, very much taking the people back to the mid 1960s, bringing in anti-India agitation, and more or less, criticizing the then Congress government, which was in power and which lost power in 1967 elections, and the Congress that was managing the show from Delhi. And this is also called Parashakti. Now, this film has been pushed under Red Giant banner, which is owned by Udaynithi Stalin and his family members. And the other film, and this was intended to counter Jana Nayagan, that is actor Vijay, who has launched his party, Tamil Nadu. And Jana Nayagan has run into trouble. In the sense, it's a film where I'm told even Vijay's own fee would be not less than 200 crores, and the whole budget of the film is supposed to be 500 crore plus. Now, these figures were mentioned in Madras High Court by the lawyers representing Jana Nayagan. Now, again, something has happened there. The Central Board for Film Certification, which gives you the license or the certificate to show your films on the cinema halls, they apparently almost cleared the film. Then one member of the examining committee decided to object, and CBFC decided that the film should move to a review committee. Now, the whole matter reached the Madras High Court because they had already announced the date. The June 9th was the date for the release of Jana Nayagan. And Jana Nayagan, like
Jan 9. I think you meant Jan 9, sir.
No, I said Jana Nayagan.
No, the release date.
Yeah, release date, Jan 9.
I think you meant Jan 9, January 9th.
Yeah, January 9th. Yeah.
I heard it as June 9, that's why I asked.
No, January 9th. And this film is about a protagonist who is tackling corrupt people, who are tackling mafia, who is actually finally a person who is a messiah for the people. and that is Vijay. No doubt, Vijay is a very popular actor. His films have been doing extremely well in the box office. And Vijay himself has financially done very well as a superstar. Now, this film, I am told, the official budget is 500 crores, it could be much more. Now, with this delay, and that Parashakti has released first and Jana Nayagan being delayed, Congress was the first party to come out in support of Vijay, asking question as to why this film is being delayed. Why are you not letting it release on January 9th? And the BJP said we had nothing to do with what CBFC is doing. Now, Parashakti was also pending. The case of Parashakti was pending. Parashakti was given clearance yesterday and it has released today. And many people have already gone and seen it. And people do appreciate as a film in trying to capture the Chennai or the Madras of that period and the politics of that period and the sociological situation of that period. But it also speaks that if this film is necessary for DMK to convince the people of its Dravidian model, because there were a series of political films that helped DMK capture power in 67. And today, that film has come to the market now. It is running. Now, what about Jana Nayagan? Now, there are a lot of theories going around, sir. And I thought we should discuss this because some of these theories are, I would say, some theories look bizarre, but then a theory is a theory. The first theory is that BJP perhaps has a hand in delaying this film so that the craze for Vijay would further go up and the film anyway gets more publicity and because it will get released. It will get released this week. Though the matter has come to the Supreme Court and Madras High Court, and Madras High Court is supposed to hear it, and they are planning to, the producers of Jana Nayagan are planning to move the Supreme Court also if they don't get relief for immediate release. I'm not getting into the arguments there, why they have delayed it. Of course, in the case of Parashakti, CBFC wanted 15 cuts. Those were accommodated by the producers and the film has come out. Now, in the case of Jana Nayagan, some people are asking this question because Congress came out in full support. TNCC even issued a statement. Now, that obviously was not to the delight of DMK, but DMK was also forced to issue a statement. Stalin himself said, no, center is, everybody should have a freedom to, produce the films what they want. This is a freedom of expression. Now, why is DMK had to come on record and say, no, the film must come out? Because they wanted to make their record clear that they had no role in the film being delayed. Otherwise, it would backfire on them. Now, there are people in the Congress. I mean, they believe that this film was delayed by BJP with the intention to drive a wedge. So that the more you suppress something, the more it bounces. Now, this time, this procedure also seems to be very odd that one member should object. And then, though the producers orally told that they would get the certificate. Of course, oral remarks by CBFC examining committee doesn't matter. What is the final, the certificate that matters. What is the order that matters. Now, Vijay should be happy, in a way, because his film will run, and the more it get delayed, by then the first impact of Parashakti may be over. And Jana Nayagan could again bounce back and whenever it is released. Now, in fact, the producers of Jana Nayagan yesterday issued a statement saying that we are very sorry, we are not able to. And sir, between these two films, what has been a practice there? And I think this is something we should discuss. That when did Vijay decide to make his foray into politics? Now, I am told that ever since the DMK came to power in 2021, the red giant banner controls entire distribution. Anybody can make movie, but they have to share some spoil of the film with the red banner group. Then they organize the distribution, and only after the signal, theaters will be booked. Distributors will, will buy the film, and they will get it to the market. Now, I am told Red Banner in whatever film, whichever movie it is made, they get at least 8%. I am even told a figure is there. You can make a movie of 100 crores, but you have to give 8% of that to people associated with this red giant. Now, somewhere, Vijay was facing problem with Udayanithi on this matter. Because good films, his films were doing well, but just to ensure proper distribution in Tamil Nadu, you have to share a cut. This was something that Vijay realized that it is his popularity that fuels the success of a film. And that is how personally Vijay decided to take on Udayanithi, where it became more clear that this coming election is about making Udayanithi as chief minister. That's the time Vijay said, no, I will come in. Initially, Vijay was encouraged by some sections of the DMK who are opposed to Udayanithi, becoming chief minister. So that's why the first reactions of DMK was, this will only cut the opposition votes, the new fledgling party, Tamil Nadu Katchi. But as crowds swelled at each of the Vijay's meetings, they realized that this is going to finally strike at us. It is our votes that will go away, particularly of young voters between 18 and 25. And then you saw the Karur incident happen. And this week, sir, there will be a lot of focus on Vijay, not because what is going to happen in the Central Board of Film Certification, what is going to happen in Madras High Court, and if they don't get released, they will come to Supreme Court. And coming week on January the 12th, Vijay has to appear before CBI here in connection with the Karur episode. And I'm told CBI is proceeding on whatever material it has gathered. It has already quizzed his driver and other crew members of the bus. I'm told even that the bus has been examined. And finally, they will soon submit a report to the monetary committee, and then the monetary committee will vet it and report it to Supreme Court. Now, these parties are saying that the pressure is being built on Vijay. His film release has been delayed. There is a CBI. Now, CBI inquiry is on the basis of Supreme Court. It has nothing to do with Center. About the Karur tragedy in which 42 people were killed because of stampede. Now, I don't think Vijay is a person who, under pressure would suddenly decide to join NDA. That's not, because he has been maintaining that BJP is an ideological enemy. And forces that are backing him are also opposed to BJP. I think our viewers will understand when I say that.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And it is those forces which have brought Rahul Gandhi and Vijay together. And a powerful section within the Congress, led by K.C. Venugopal, Manikam Thakur, they are all saying, no, Congress, we should no longer play the second fiddle. Sir, for a long time, it is Rahul Gandhi who has been instructing his state units. Whether we are in alliance or we are in opposition, we need to grow again in strength. And we are actually the voice for the opposition in this country. Wherever even regional parties win, it is because of our campaign against BJP and the Prime Minister Modi. So Tamil Nadu included that it must go ahead and do the Congress in Tamil Nadu should also fight for its rights. That's why all this talk of 40 assembly seats, 3 ministerial berths, and things like that. And there is a pressure tactics going on, but at the same time, DMK also realizes they cannot let Congress go. It's quite possible that finally a decision will be that Congress will remain with DMK fold. Quite possible. But it's following a pattern we saw in Bihar. And that pattern is that this pressure tactics can sometimes lead to a big crack in the alliance, as it happened in Mahagathbandhan in Bihar. First, Rahul went on a Padyatra on this vote chori, And Tejasvi joined. Then after that, Rahul Gandhi vanished for 2 months. And since Tejasvi was not willing to part with the number of seats initially that Congress demanded, so talks did not happen till the last minute. I can see a similar pattern happening in Tamil Nadu. Though leaders who are opposed to Congress breaking alliance with DMK and moving on with TVK, they include Kharge himself, Mallikarjun Kharge, Pa Chidambaram, and Selva Perendugai, who is seen as a very close to Stalin because of a lot of benefits he has managed to get from his administration. So this film story and the alliance story, they are somewhere, interlinked. And the fact that the Congress is more vocal about the problems being faced by Vijay, particularly his cinema venture, that shows that there is a serious thought happening, that the Congress should consider an alternative which is emerging in the shape of Vijay. And they feel, Congress leaders feel, that Vijay is drawing crowds. And by sticking along with DMK, this three-way split that will happen between Vijay's party, DMK-led alliance, and ADMK, BJP-led alliance, the beneficiary will be ultimately ADMK, BJP. That's why Congress DMK alliance should be considered. Sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We have one more topic to cover, that is Operation Sindoor. Viewers, my feedback about Lutnick from Washington DC is he's not someone that should be taken very seriously. Even his own people around him don't take him very seriously. Lutnick has some baggage. His claim to fame was that he escaped 9/11. His company, Cantor Fitzgerald, which was a bond trader company, was in the World Trade Center and 102nd floor, 102nd, above 100. The plane went and hit below that. That day, usually he's at work at 8 o'clock. The hit, I think, happened at 9 o'clock or something like that. That day was the first day of school for his son. So Lutnick goes to his son's preschool or kindergarten, some school, okay, I don't know which one, to drop his son off. So he got delayed. By the time he comes to World Trade Center, the thing has happened. People are coming out. So anybody who was coming out, he was just asking which floor, because he was trying to find out how many made it from the 102nd floor. Turned out nobody. It was almost like he had to start from zero. So what he did was he moved his company from Manhattan across the river, Hudson River, into the state of New Jersey and started all over again. Cantor Fitzgerald is back to where it was before. He is considered to be one of the deep state plants in the Trump administration. I'm telling you all this stuff because this is something that will not come out. So he will say something, people don't take him very seriously. So today when he says that, he was expecting a call from Modi and because that did not happen, the trade deal fell through, some people try to do the chronological events. And they're saying what he's saying doesn't make sense. This has been analyzed to some detail already. So with that given as a backdrop, now I'd like to hear what Shekharji is saying, because Shekharji knows the pulse of what is happening in New Delhi. Sir, this free trade agreement is going to benefit both countries. Let me tell you again, because today rice, pulses, anything to do with food items is being hit at 50%, sir. And there are 4-5 million. We can skip going to a normal grocery store, but we will never skip going to Indian grocery store these days. Once a week, every Indian family goes there. Something or the other is needed. Fresh vegetables, till, usual stuff, Horlicks sometimes. We like our Horlicks from India. There is something equivalent in here. It's not as tasty as the Horlicks in India. These are all like, you hang on to some of these things from back home. Many of us go there. I like the chai from India, Assam tea or Tata tea or whatever. So there is some reason to go there. So people are really suffering. Bills have gone up tremendously. So this is hurting both sides, is what I'm trying to say. India can put a brave face and say, yeah, we are still growing. Fine, more power to you. But this is the ground situation on the United States side. Sir, I'd like to hear from you how things are being received in New Delhi. Over to you. Viewers, again, please like this video. We are still not caught up. We need to catch up to the number. 600 people are watching now. I'd like to see 600 likes. We are only at 368. I'm giving you the exact number. Please like this video. Over to you, sir.
Well, sir, neither the government of India nor our Ministry of External Affairs or the political parties or even the establishment are taking it so lightly. Though they are unable to react in the manner they would like to react. But one thing, the government of India, through the Ministry of External Affairs, decided to uh, come out very clearly and say that what US Commerce Secretary said is a lie, or rather inaccurate. To put it in
Terminal
the
inexactitude. Terminal inexactitude.
he'd put it in MEA language, diplomatic way. But one thing, so what is seen here is it is same US Commerce Secretary who was saying that the deal is happening. Even Piyush Goyal, who has our Commerce Minister, he was also giving indication that we are most close to a deal. That's how it felt. Now here, what does this man say? Howard Nitwik says, everything was clear, but Modi had to speak to Trump. And if he had spoken, the deal would have happened. And this would have happened even before they secured one with Vietnam and one with Indonesia. It would have happened much before that. But now this is the part which is we need to take seriously. Rather, it is very official that all the things that were, agreement was reached and brought to the table, then they are no longer on the table. And then followed by, Trump deciding to go for anybody who buys Russian oil, the tariff will be 500%. Whether your tea will get costlier or Horlicks costlier, obviously Trump is not bothered. Because if the tariff is paid by good citizens like you of United States. Now, sir, this particular thing, and Ludwig went on to even say this, that this Indo-US trade agreement failed to materialize due to refusal by Modi to speak directly with Trump. And Modi needed to be, there was a need for him to call. That was supposed to be the last green signal. And Modi was even given time. That is, you will have to do it within 3 Fridays. But government of India has never been comfortable in this kind of individualistic, eccentric way of dealing. Because government of India has been dealing with institutions. And they were not comfortable, so India did not. Of course, yesterday, MEA spokesman said, look, it is not that the Modi and Trump have not spoken through 2025. They have spoken at least 8 times. And last time when they spoke, it was about the trade deal. So this claim that Modi did not speak to Trump or did not want to speak to Trump is not true. But in Delhi, sir, after this Ludwig statement, the buzz that is going around is, all that Trump wants is that Modi should acknowledge Trump's role in the manner in which Operation Sindoor was paused. Because Trump has been repeatedly claiming that this is one big war he stopped. This is one big success story of his. He couldn't stop Ukraine war. And of course, right now the Gaza looks silent, but condition of the people is terrible. We are hearing a lot of tragic stories about, and then nature has also been unkind. It has been raining also in Gaza. And but all that expectation is that India did not do what Pakistan did, praise Trump to the hilt, and even made a case for Nobel Prize for Trump. Obviously, Modi could not have done it. And not only that, in one conversation in July, when he went to attend the G7 summit in Canada, he spoke to Trump and made it clear that India doesn't do anything on third-party intervention to stop a war or start a war. So, obviously, you had no role. And these things have not been taken kindly by Trump. And India has angered Trump because, one, Modi strictly told him over telephone that, that ceasefire was strictly between India and Pakistan. Now here, sir, those who believe when Trump said, Sir, before this Ludwig's statement, there was another statement from Trump himself that at one stage Modi was begging me to release those Apache helicopters. We have now scaled down because of the price. Each helicopter costs more than 1,500 crores. Each attack helicopter, Apache helicopters cost 1,500 crores. And for us, it was beyond our budget. So we scaled down and we are not buying more than 2 dozen. Though the initial planning was to buy at least 5 dozen, at least close to 60 or 60 plus helicopters. Now, those who believe what Trump said, that he pressurized Modi to stop, and those who believe Trump's estimation of Indian economy as being dead, they did not say further anything on this. And they are also silent on what Trump has done to Venezuela. We haven't heard from Rahul Gandhi on Venezuela, though Congress spokespersons have been talking. Now, sir, question is, yes, Operation Sindoor, there was colder, but on his birthday, that is September 17, 2025, Trump had called Modi to wish him. Then there was another conversation around Deepavali. He called to wish for Deepavali. And then there were also discussion in December about trade deal. But one thing, some people are saying that whatever Trump is doing to India is also good because this will enable the establishment which initially Modi wanted to go ahead with a lot of reforms. But then, some of the measures like land acquisition bill, then the farmers bill, farm bill to allow public-private participation, to bring more capital into our agriculture, all that had to be rolled back because of political problem. And this is something Ludwig acknowledges, that India's parliamentary system, it takes a while, but then Trump wants instant decisions. Our system is not like America. Modi cannot just desire it, things can be rushed through. Because we still believe institutional dealings are better than individual deciding. Now, this US Commerce Secretary pointed out, look how UK did it. Once Trump put the condition, then immediately UK got into, the UK Prime Minister spoke to Trump and got the deal was finalized. But we have also finalized the free trade agreement with UK. Now the another one will come with the European Union soon now, because European Union summit will take place. Now it is going to take place very soon in the next few days. There will be a trade agreement. But is it all because all that Modi has, of course, one a leading journalist has said, Modi could have acknowledged Trump's role on Operation Sindoor by saying that, thank you, sir, for convincing those idiots in Pakistan the futility of fighting India. At least this could have been done. Of course, no way we could have, pleaded for Nobel Prize for Trump for this. And we are already seeing the funny side of that, because Trump said that he is willing to accept that Nobel Peace Prize from the Venezuelan opposition leaders because she wants to hand over to him. And for the first time, Nobel Committee, Awards Committee made clarified, you cannot transfer the award, nor the award can be withdrawn. Sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Very interesting information here. And viewers, at the end of the day, if it is the egos of individual personalities that is, sitting in judgment over the futures of many people, billions in fact, that's a very sad state of affairs, is all I can say. You have to rise above all these things. And like Shekharji said, I really like the way, that wordsmith gymnastry that you mentioned, that thanks for telling how foolish it is on part of Pakistan to take India on. That would have been the apt way. You could have thanked the guy. You could have also slammed, kicked the butt of Pakistan and shown them their place. So again, see, I guess this is what is called as, in US they call it Monday morning quarterbacking, sir. That means the NFL game happens on Sunday. Next day morning, everybody is analyzing what happened. Good, this is. That's called Monday morning quarterbacking. Which means what should have been done didn't happen. What should have been done. That's what we are also doing here.
Sir, most of our public discourse is this only. and I must say, most of the journalistic discourse or narrative is this.
Yes.
ये होना चाहिए था, वो होना चाहिए था, इधर நடந்திருக்கணும், அது நடந்திருக்கணும், this didn't happen, that didn't happen.
Yes, indeed, sir. Sir, we have a lot of questions for us. Let's go through them quickly. Magnet wants to know, is Mamata trying to provoke BJP government to enforce Article 356 so that they can get sympathy? If 356 is used, will the sympathy card work? Can ED recover data Mamata has taken away?
Well, they have already moved the court on this very particular thing, register case against Chief Minister, and they specifically mentioned what she has taken away. A laptop and electronic devices and some other documents. And from a house belonging to a company. That's one. Now, as far as 356, sir, this is something even Bengal BJP was demanding for a long time, that there should be president's rule. But president's rule these days is not, anyway, elections are coming, few months are left. And that is a fear, exactly, because that will give her more sympathy. That, sir, you remember in the last election, she campaigned on a wheelchair after she hurt herself.
Sir, she broke her left leg and she had a bandage on her right leg.
Sir,
no breakage, by the way, no breakage. It is just make-believe breakage.
Sir, I am reminded of the song that we do not know dil ka hai, dard ka hai. But 356, sir, the other problem is you cannot immediately dissolve the assembly. That president rule has to be ratified by the first sitting of the house, and that means it has to be passed by both the houses. So, and at this now, which hardly 4 months left, 4 or 5 months left for this assembly. But then that is why she has made it very hyper. This whole thing, she being the offender, she is trying to make out as if offense has been caused to her.
Next one, please. Magnet Ji, 256 has to happen, then 355, then 356. Way too much time will take. This is not going to happen. You just run out the clock. Run out the clock. This is again a football term in US, American football term. Anyway, sorry, I'm going into American football because it's now playoff season, sir. Everybody's talking about football. So that's what it is. Just run the clock out through 2-3 months. Keep filing cases, make it look like she is the offender, and see how this plays out. Shiva wants to know, Shekhar sir, why no one is talking about NTK Seeman party?
Well, Seeman in this election is the only leader who has been openly criticizing the Dravidian model, and more than even the BJP would do by attacking icons like Periyar. That, I would say, by Tamil Nadu standard, is a very bold but a lonely furrow. He is plowing a lonely furrow, and he has refused to join any EA. But then I can see that his attacks are more on DMK, and he is also attacking Vijay, because he doesn't want to. He wants to project himself that among all the parties he is more consistent on fighting the election alone. Though election after election, he puts up candidates in all the constituencies and all of them lose deposits. He is not Kamal Hassan or he is not any other party. Now, Patali Makkal Katchi PMK, we know how it has split. The Sun has already aligned with EPS. And Prime Minister Modi is visiting Tamil Nadu on 28th, January the 28th. And before that, they want to bring in more parties on the BJP ADMK platform. So that's a very interesting thing. And now Seeman has been very consistent. He has been saying, and he has been unsparing in his criticism of DMK particularly. He's been unsparing. And he says, look, so far what we have seen is DMK goes, then ADMK comes, ADMK goes, DMK comes. But people need a third choice. But then, sir, he has managed wherever 8 to 9% votes. Beyond that, he has not been able to. But I do not know. I hear that lot of efforts are being on to rope in Seaman also into the India alliance, sir.
Viewers, let me clarify this. He's not Seaman. His name is Sebastian Simon. He's a Christian, but he will also go to temple. He'll also put vibhuti. These are all facades. We really don't know who is funding him. Story is that this guy, as well as VCK, Vidudalai Chiritai Kachi, Tirumavalavan, Tirumavalavan's party, if you look at the top 5 or 6 leaders, every one of them says they are scheduled castes, but they are all converted to Christianity, is what sources tell me. So basically, you are looking at 3 or 4 different fronts being put up by Christian organizations: VCK, NTK, now TVK of Vijay, and there is always Congress. Congress also gets Christian vote because Rahul Gandhi is a Christian, he's a Roman Catholic. Many of you refuse to believe this, but it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a chapel, and somebody, I think from Kerala, comes and conducts services on Sundays, and all of when the family is in town, they all go. This is what is the allegation. However, nobody has shown me any videos to that effect. Hey, look, you can be anything you want. Just don't fake it. That's all I would say. Sir, so this is a very intriguing battle. I think Christian lobby in Tamil Nadu thinks that no matter who comes to power, we are going to win. But BJP, they cannot control. So BJP should not be there. So this is the opposition as I see it. And BJP has very heavy odds. 370, Article 370 of Tamil Nadu is Hindi objection, anti-Hindi feeling. That needs to be broken. I don't know when. Sir, interestingly, Annamalai gave a speech in Hindi in Mumbai, I heard.
Yeah, he has been there to campaign for Mumbai elections are happening on January 15th.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a very interesting election. Perhaps our next show we would focus on that.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll
and results are coming on January 16th.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. We'll do that. Thank you, Arun Joshi, for your super sticker. Next one, please. Sai Raghavan wants to know, is it a rule that if there is Congress in the name, it has to be involved in coal scam?
Sir, but this is loot of national property. And Trinamool leaders have made money on this illegal coal mining, in transport of goods where they have been taking cut for everything, and then also in smuggling with their counterparts in Bangladesh.
Next question, please. Rohit wants to know, with SIR eliminating close to 3 crore voters in Uttar Pradesh, does BJP-led Yogi have a winning formula as a hardcore BJP supporter hoping Namazwadi party doesn't come to power?
No, sir, the Yogi had held meetings and he had also briefed Prime Minister because the number of deletions are quite high. That is why the party machinery has been activated. That every booth level agents of the BJP are supposed to examine the deletions, check whether those deletions are legal, I mean, they are correct, or has anybody been left out. If they are left out, Yogi has directed the party units to see that those names which are left out are freshly included by way of filling up the Form 16, which is meant for new membership.
Next question, please. Can EC delay elections for West Bengal, impose president rule after I don't know, other elections?
So I don't think EC can delay beyond, because there is a term of the assembly is ending. They have to conduct
5
the
years,
elections before
right.
that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
they cannot
yeah.
delay it beyond that. I mean, rather they would have to keep some buffer so that the election process is completed before expiry of the new house, that old house.
Next one, please. Can NDA and TVK INC push DMK left to the 3rd place? Ramchandran wants to know.
Well, sir, if TVK were to join NDA, that is BJP ADMK alliance, that would definitely upset every calculations in Tamil Nadu, and they would sweep. And similarly, if TVK plus ADMK plus Congress, of course, BJP will also be there, that will also be the same thing happen. But I don't see that happening. That is why Rahul Gandhi is being told by Congress leaders, those who favor tie-up with Vijay, that ADMK BJP alliance, if it's because what is happening is Vijay is going to cut into DMK votes more than ADMK votes. In which case ADMK BJP will win, will benefit. And we could be loser because we would be part of a losing alliance. Because Vijay on his own cannot come to power. He is not sweeping elections. And this pressure, sir, this time the big issue in Tamil Nadu I am seeing is this election is also about, we have seen how coalition has been around for more than 2 decades now. Now, this time it is going to be sharing power. Whether it is DMK or ADMK, they will have to share power after this election. Sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And session for the ages, in my opinion. Wonderful data, facts have emerged from this. Viewers, small request to all of you. Please share this amongst your WhatsApp groups, also Facebook, wherever you are watching it, and make us proud. And by way of comments, you can differ with us. Just use reasoned logic, and we are happy to try and answer your questions and queries. And thanks once again, Shekhar ji. We'll be seeing you next Saturday on English and next Wednesday in Hindi. Namaskar.
Namaskar.